We got some crazy breaking news from President Donald Trump this morning. So you're going to want to get comfortable, get your popcorn, and listen to this video very carefully because it could affect you. So President Trump just announced a $5 trillion tax bill called the One Big Beautiful Bill. I'm gonna go through the 9 main things it does as quick as possible so you can get on with your day, but still understand how this can affect you. 1, it's going to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime. 2, it raises the child tax credit from $2,000 to $2,500. 3, there is a new car interest deduction worth up to $10,000. So if you're making payments on a car, you may be able to write off a portion of that on your taxes. 4, it brings back the 100% bonus depreciation for business owners. So if you are a business owner and you purchase a vehicle such as a G-Wagon, you will possibly have the ability to write that entire cost off even if you put $0 down and finance it. 5, you remember a while back people were going crazy up with a $600 1099 limit for things like Cash App and Venmo? Well, that goes away. And the new proposed amount is $20,000 and 200 transactions. It's both of them. 6, it increases the standard deduction for seniors by $4,000. 7, it introduces something called a MAGA savings account, which is for kids born between 2005 and 2028. The government is going to put in $1,000 and allow parents to contribute an additional $5,000. 8, it raises the SALT cap deduction from $10,000 to $30,000. And 9, it wants to eliminate the IRS free file program. The House is expected to pass this bill by Memorial Day with the overall goal of getting this bill signed into law by July 4th, 2025.
Trump's recent tax and tariff policies have sparked significant backlash from his core MAGA supporters who feel betrayed by what they perceive as broken promises and misleading claims. Trump's proposed One Big Beautiful Bill Act, a 1,116-page legislative package, includes over $5 trillion in tax cuts. While the bill offers some benefits to working-class Americans, such as eliminating taxes on tips and overtime pay and introducing $1,000 MAGA savings accounts for children born between 2025 and 2028, critics argue that the primary beneficiaries are the ultra-wealthy. Analyses indicate that individuals earning over $1 million annually could receive an average tax cut of $81,000, whereas those earning under $50,000 might see only about $263 in relief. Furthermore, Trump briefly entertained the idea of implementing a wealth tax on individuals earning more than $2.5 million, a move that could have signaled a shift toward addressing income inequality. However, he quickly abandoned this proposal, aligning once again with traditional GOP priorities that favor the affluent. In addition to tax policies, Trump's aggressive tariff strategy has drawn criticism. Despite his claims that tariffs would not affect American consumers, economic analyses suggest otherwise. The Tax Foundation notes that the tariffs imposed on over 70% of U.S. imports threaten to offset the benefits of the proposed tax cuts, potentially leading to higher prices for American households. Moreover, Trump's assertion that tariffs are paid by foreign countries has been widely disputed. In reality, these tariffs function as taxes on American importers, costs that are often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. The combination of tax cuts favoring the wealthy and tariffs leading to increased consumer prices has led to disillusionment among some of Trump's most ardent supporters. Reports indicate that members of the MAGA movement are expressing frustration, feeling that the economic policies they once championed are now working against their interests. As the 2026 midterm elections approach, the GOP faces the challenge of reconciling these policy decisions with the expectations of its base. The growing discontent among MAGA supporters underscores the potential political ramifications of economic strategies that are perceived as favoring the elite at the expense of the working class.
While the average American family is living paycheck to paycheck and is one unexpected medical bill away from bankruptcy, a new study just found that Trump's tariffs are expected to cost the average family close to $4,000 a year, with low-income families being hit the hardest. This study by the Nonpartisan Budget Lab also found that we can expect the price of food to go up by almost 4% within the next year. The price of vehicles is also expected to skyrocket under these tariffs, and when asked about it, Trump said he, quote, couldn't care less. And when Trump is asked why he's instituting what equates to the largest tax hike ever on working class American families, he says the fruit of these tariffs will be worth your pain. So what is that fruit? It's tax cuts, but not for you and me, for billionaires and for corporations. It is now safe to say that Donald Trump effectively conned the American electorate. He campaigned on lowering prices for consumer goods, on food, on housing, on gas, and yet we are now being foot with a massive bill to pay for the tax cuts for his billionaire buddies.
Trump's tax bill was just released, and guess what? It doesn't include no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on Social Security. So just another thing he lied to you about so he could get tax cuts for his rich friends.
For years, Trump championed himself as the defender of the forgotten working class. But with tax cuts overwhelmingly benefiting the ultra-wealthy and tariffs threatening to raise prices on everyday goods, can he still credibly claim to be their advocate? Some loyalists are beginning to ask, why should middle-class Americans cheer a policy that gives billionaires $80,000 breaks while their own relief is less than $300? If tariffs are supposed to punish foreign countries, why are American families seeing higher grocery and retail prices? Trump's recent flip-flop on a potential wealth tax only deepens these doubts. For a brief moment, it seemed like he might pursue a more populist route by taxing extreme wealth. But that plan evaporated just as quickly as it appeared. Was this a genuine attempt at reform, or simply political theater meant to stir headlines? What does it say about Trump's priorities when proposals aimed at the wealthy survive, but those helping the working class are dropped or diluted? With the 2026 midterms approaching, Republicans are trying to rally behind Trump's legislative vision, but at what cost? If MAGA-aligned voters begin to feel disillusioned or betrayed, will they still turn out in the numbers needed to keep the GOP in power? And more critically, if Trump's economic message no longer reflects their needs, who will MAGA voters turn to next? Is it time for the movement to redefine its values, or is loyalty to Trump more important than policy outcomes? As these questions continue to swirl, one thing is clear. The unity of the MAGA movement is being tested like never before. Whether Trump can retain his hold over it, or whether a new wave of conservative populism emerges in response, remains to be seen.
It's really simple. They're driving the American economy into a recession while giving huge tax cuts to the ultra wealthy so that the value of all of the assets in the country will drop and the ultra wealthy can purchase more of them. This is the coup that's taking place right now.
Wait a second. I thought Trump said no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and no tax on overtime. And then you hear this?
Okay, on tips, the president has said your tips will be 100% yours. Does this tax bill continue the payroll tax on people's tips?
Yes, it does, Mr.
Overtime, the president said your overtime will be tax-free. Does this bill continue the payroll tax on overtime?
It does not exempt overtime from the payroll tax.
The president has said he's going to remove taxes on Social Security. Does this bill remove taxes on Social Security benefits?
The legislation provides an increased exemption amount.
But does it remove taxes on Social Security benefits as promised by the president?
It does not change Social.
The president and the Republicans.
I would love to see how you Trump supporters swallow the pill this time. Go ahead, MAGA. Give us your best excuse for why Trump can continue to lie to you. I already know what you're thinking right now. Oh, Zeus, it's only May. He still has a little over 3 years to pull it off.
Trump's recent economic proposals, massive tax cuts skewed toward the wealthy and tariffs that risk hitting everyday Americans, have ignited a wave of confusion, frustration, and growing dissent within the MAGA base. What was once a movement built on promises to uplift the working class now faces a harsh reality. Are those promises being broken or just rebranded? As Trump continues to shape his 2026 platform, these open questions loom large. Will MAGA voters stay loyal despite policy contradictions? Or Are we witnessing the early signs of a shift in the conservative landscape? We want to hear from you. Do you think Trump is still fighting for the everyday American, or has his focus shifted elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. At Orbit Point, we bring you sharp, clear analysis on global politics and the stories shaping our world. Share this video if you think more people need to see what's really happening behind the headlines. Thanks for watching, and stay informed with Orbit Point.